let's take a listen to Shaq here talking about DeAndre Ayton and the topic of last week about whether Ayton was ever going to become the player that the Lakers need him to be. Here's Shaquille O'Neal.
What do you make of DeAndre Ayton's dissatisfaction and the response by Clint Capella?
You know, Kenny talks about this all the time. If you play hard, you can get things done. He's not Clint Capella because Clint Capella plays hard every game. Clint Capella is a role player. DeAndre Ayton is a role player. You're not going to be on the same team with LeBron and Luka and think you're going to get shot. However, though, all these plays right here, they're for you. So if you just do your job, pick and rebound and run the court, you can get easy buckets. I wish my career was this easy, you know, because I play with guys that really used to give me the ball. Penny Hardaway, D. Wade, Scott Skiles. But listen, you just shut the hell up and do your job and do it all the time and do it consistently, it wouldn't be a problem. See, my problem with him is he don't play hard all the time. He don't play consistent all the time. 6 to 7 drop-offs, that's 12 points. You run the court a couple times, you know, when your guy shoot three, you run past him, that's another 6 points. They go 18 points right there, so I don't want to hear no excuse from him. He don't play all the time. He's the key for them to get to that next level.
You know, okay, so one thing, right? This is the thing about modern basketball and younger players. I don't know if that even registers to DeAndre Ayton.
Getting called out by Shaq?
Yeah, I don't even think he cares.
Probably not.
That's what I mean. It should. One of the best centers of all time just called you out, says you do not play hard every. The next time out, if that was me, I'd be playing like gangbusters if Shaq said that about me. I don't think he cares one bit.
But did anything Shaq said, did you think it was wrong? I
no,
feel like
none
he was
of it.
Spot on with all of it. 100%.
That's the part with Ayton that is, I think, so frustrating, and that's the part when the Lakers went out and signed him this offseason, I went, yeah, I guess, but let's see what happens next. This is the same song that we've been singing about DeAndre Ayton more or less his entire career. Like, is the talent there? For sure. I mean, he was the number one pick in the draft. He's a 7-footer with a soft touch. He's athletic.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a good basketball player. But they need him to be a guy that fills a role. Like Shaq said at the beginning of that. Clint Capella, he's not Clint Capella because Clint Capella plays hard every night. You would think that when everybody, I'm sure his coaches have challenged him on this. I'm sure his teammates have challenged him on this. Legendarily great players like Shaquille O'Neal are saying it on ESPN in front of the whole world saying, dude, you don't play hard regularly. If that light were going to go on, it would have gone on.
You know what he probably says? They're all wrong.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I think that's probably is.
I am playing hard. No, you're not.
You would think when the message is virtually universal from just about every corner, that at some point you go, hey, I wonder if they're on to something.
Okay, so I think this is where we kind of disagree about his role.
Okay.
What did you say about his role? Laura told me you said something about his role.
I think they need him to kind of be Clint Capella.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's what they need from him. Like, he's not – look, other teams tried it with him as being the primary guy, right? When you mentioned he's drafted number 1 overall, right? They tried it in Phoenix. They tried it to an extent in Portland to have him sort of be the lead, and it never worked out there. It's never going to happen with this team. Even when LeBron's gone, right? When Luka's there, if AR comes back, he's never going to be the lead. But if you can be the guy who defends, who rebounds, you block a couple of shots, and then you take advantage of your scoring opportunities when they come, that's what this team needs. But for whatever reason, I guess it's in his head that he still is the man. When even when you got the chance to be that guy, you weren't that guy ever.
You know, if you're a guy that needs to be the man and you're on a team to where you're not, and then that affects your effort, that would bother me. That's where I said this is where punches start flying in the locker room. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Why aren't you playing hard? Well, I ain't the man. I ain't getting no touches.
Right.
I would swing on you.
myself.
Right. I would swing on you. That type of stuff would drive me nuts. But I thought the quote, or it's not your quote. I thought what Laura said was, you thought that Ayton didn't understand his role.
I think maybe it said he doesn't understand, or he just doesn't internalize what his role. I'm sure somebody has told him what his role should be.
He doesn't like the answer.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the answer.
He understands his role. He just rejects it.
Yeah, we need you to run the floor and do these sorts of things.
I'm going to half court and stop.
I was the number 1 draft pick.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that, but we need you. Ain't no Clint Capella. Yeah, but that's exactly what we need.
That's what we need.
Right. Yeah, but
right.
He just doesn't like the answer that's coming back, and I don't know if it's pride. I don't know if it's ego. I don't know what the barrier to accepting if you did what we're all talking about. There's a role for you in this league that pays really well, that teams will be very happy to have you come into their organization. You can travel and go to all these places and be on a good team year after year after year. if you do fill roles like this.
Right.
The idea, to Marcus's point, you got an opportunity to, be the lead singer in the band. It didn't work, right? It didn't work. We need you to do backup vocals and play the tambourine. You want to do it or not? No, I want to sing. We're not asking you to do that. We don't want you to do that. Right. We don't.
We need this.
Yeah, and he just cannot seem to kind of get there. And
it's a shame.
Anybody that's waiting for that light to come on is going to be waiting a long time.
I would hope, like I said, if Shaq said it, I would take his credibility and actually try to get better.
But the worst thing is, though, him making those comments that was reported in the article after the Orlando Magic game saying he's not no Clint Capella, and then following up and you go into a Golden State Warriors or Phoenix Suns game, you did not have a good game.
Yeah.
Then you followed it up against the Golden State Warriors team who does not have no true big man, and you only had 4 points. You end up with 10 rebounds, but you only had 4 points. And to Shaq's point, all those, if he just runs the floor, half of those he's getting layups.
Yep.
Like 9 times out of 10, if he just runs the lane hard, he's getting a layup. And then there's not only he struggles on offense and not finding his spots, he doesn't block shots on the defense end of the floor consistently. And then there's literally a sequence in that Warriors game. Again, this is the Golden State Warriors team who is without Jimmy Butler and without Stephen Curry. And once again, Draymond Green is their starting center. It's literally allowing Gary Payton II.
Yeah.
He had 3 layups in a row, back-to-back possessions. And J.J. Redick had to call a timeout and legit sub him out. That is who he is. That's where we're at.
We should lock up that tattoo artist and put dominating on his back. That's just wrong. You should have said no.
No. The tattoo artist did understand the job. You want what? Let me see the money. Done. I got it.
You should say
you
no
got
to
it.
that.
They're going to pay
You
in
ain't
advance.
that
I'll
guy.
give you whatever you want. We got a little Far Side coming.